My daughter's intentional lies in court led to my prison cell. After 6 months of freedom, I'm starting to execute my revenge plan, 35, at 35. Be me, 42 years old. Have a daughter named Rachel. Need to write this down. Can't hold it in anymore. This anger is eating me alive. Rachel has been nothing but trouble for years. Don't know if it's our parenting, or if she's just wired differently. Feels like she was born to test my patience. She's selfish. She's ungrateful. Never takes responsibility for anything. Wasn't always like this. When she was little, she was sweet. Bit stubborn, sure. Thought it was normal kid stuff. Then junior high hit. Everything changed completely. Started acting like the world owed her something. Like she was better than everyone. Would throw tantrums if she didn't get her way. Slam doors. Scream at us! You name it, she did it. My wife Catherine kept saying it's just a phase. Said she'd grow out of it. She didn't. By the time Rachel hit her teenage years, it was like living in hell. She lied about everything. Where she was, who she was with, what she was doing. If her lips were moving, probably lying. Skipped school so much. Principal called us in for a meeting. Told her she needed to shape up. She just rolled her eyes. Said, whatever, Dad, like I was nothing. At 16, Rachel just gave up completely. One day, she came home with an announcement. School's stupid, she declared. I don't need it. Just dropped out of high school, like it was nothing. Catherine and I begged her to reconsider. Tried everything we could. She wouldn't listen to reason. Just packed her things. Walked right out the door. Didn't even look back. Not a single glance. Ran off with some deadbeat boyfriend. Guy was complete waste of space. No job. No future. No nothing. Don't even remember his name anymore. Probably better that way. 3 whole years of silence followed. No calls. No texts. Nothing at all. Complete radio silence. Catherine was devastated. Cried herself to sleep most nights. Always wondering if Rachel was okay. If she'd ever come back home. I felt different. I was angry, but also felt relieved. House was finally quiet. No more drama. No more fighting. Thought maybe this was for the best. Life could finally be peaceful. Then one night, everything changed. Pouring rain outside, like some dramatic movie scene. There she was, standing on our doorstep, soaked to the bone, holding a trash bag full of clothes. I have nowhere else to go, she said. Just like that, after 3 years of nothing. My first instinct was clear, wanted to slam the door in her face. But Catherine rushed past me, pulled Rachel inside before I could react. Hugged her like she'd just returned from war, even though Rachel hadn't bothered to call once. Not once in 3 years. She's our daughter, Catherine kept saying. We can't just leave her out there. I knew better, knew it was a mistake. Let her stay anyway. Boy, was I right about that mistake. At first tried to be optimistic, tried to give her benefit of the doubt. Maybe she'd changed. Maybe she'd learned something. Maybe 3 years taught her something. Nope. Was completely wrong. Within days back to old habits. Didn't look for work. Didn't help around house. Did absolutely nothing. Just sat on couch all day. Scrolling through phone endlessly. Like some zombie. Ask her to do simple things. Take out trash. Do dishes. Basic stuff anyone can do. Her response always the same. Roll eyes like a teenager. Ask, why can't you do it? Says she's tired. Tired from what? Sitting on ass all day doing nothing. Then there were the nights. Leave after dinner. Say she's going for a walk. Gone for hours. Sometimes past midnight. Ask where she's been. Just shrugs. Nowhere. Like I'm not supposed to care. Like I'm not her father. Come back with this smile. Like everything's perfect. No care in the world. Flop on couch. Back to phone scrolling. Like clockwork. Every single time. Try talking to Catherine about it. She keeps making excuses. She's been through a lot. She just needs time to adjust. Adjust to what exactly? Being queen of the house? While we bend over backwards? While we accommodate everything? One night couldn't take it anymore. Rachel stayed out until 1 a.m. Finally came home. Had to confront her. Where the hell have you been? She just laughed. Actually laughed at me. Why do you care? That's all she said. Like I'm some stranger? Tell her she needs to start pulling her weight. Or find somewhere else to live. Her response kills me. You're supposed to take care of me. That's what parents do. Can't believe what I'm hearing. After everything she's done. After dropping out. After running away. After 3 years of silence. Still thinks we owe her something. That's when I snap. Give her ultimatum. 24 hours to pack up. 24 hours to get out. Catherine tries to argue. Shut it down immediately. She's an adult, I say. She made her choices. Time to deal with consequences. At first, Rachel thinks I'm joking, just laughs it off. Yeah, okay, Dad. Like, it's all some big joke. Then sees I'm serious. Her whole attitude changes. Starts screaming. You're a terrible father. You don't love me. Storm off to her room. Slams door so hard. Whole house shakes. Catherine gives me silent treatment. Rest of the day. Don't even care anymore. Been through this before. Nothing new. Everything happens before deadline. Before her 24 hours are even up. I'm in living room, sitting on couch, scrolling through news, trying to decompress. Another argument with Catherine. About her enabling Rachel, my patience already worn thin, just waiting for tomorrow, when Rachel would finally be gone. Could have my home back. Life has other plans. Loud knock at door. 3 quick sharp bangs. Not friendly knocking. Heart starts racing. Get up to answer. Stomach in knots. 3 police officers, standing there, all looking serious. Dead serious. Sir, we have a warrant. To search your property? Mine goes blank. What? Why? Anonymous tip, they say. About illegal drugs. Being stored in this house? Report filed under your name. My name? My house? Ground disappearing beneath me. Want to argue? They want to slam door. No, it won't help. Step aside. Let them in. Dread settling over me. Like heavy blanket. Officers spread out. One stays in living room. Others search house. Catherine frozen in hallway. Face white as ghost. Rachel, different story. Sits on couch. Completely unfazed. Has nerve to smirk. As officers go upstairs to check bedrooms. No, I don't have proof, but no, this is her doing. Who else could it be? She's been sneaking around, staying out late. Hanging with who knows who. Only one with anything to gain. From this chaos, officers search her room first. Stand in hallway watching. They tear through everything, flip through drawers, pull sheets off bed, empty her backpack. Find nothing, not single thing. Feel tiny bit of hope. Maybe this is misunderstanding. Maybe Rachel didn't do anything. Then they move to my room. Don't think they'll find anything. Why would they? Not involved in anything illegal. Don't have drugs. Never had drugs. Then officer pulls back mattress. Here, he says. Holds up bag. Recognize it immediately. Heroin. As officer holds first bag. Glance at Rachel, hoping to see shock or confusion or anything human. Instead, she smirks. Her lips curl up. Sends chill down my spine. She doesn't flinch. Doesn't deny anything. Just sits there. Like it's all a game. Blood boiling in my veins. Realize she's not just indifferent. She's proud. Proud of what she's done. Can't breathe. Walls closing in. That's not mine, I say. Voice shaking. Officers aren't listening. Keep searching. Find several more bags. All under my bed. Scattered across room. Like someone planted them. Sir, you're under arrest. Words hit like sledgehammer. Possession of controlled substance. Pull out handcuffs. Catherine bursts into tears. Rachel just watches. Like it's some movie, some entertainment show. When they cuff me. Look back at her one last time. Hope to see guilt. Hope to see remorse. Something, anything. Instead, she smiles. Actually smiles. Next few hours blur together. Take me to station. Fingerprint me. Take mugshot. Keep saying over and over. Drugs aren't mine. Someone set me up. No one cares. Evidence in my house. Under my bed. That's enough for them. They deny bail. Say amount of heroin suggests. Distribution involvement. My lawyer tries to fight it. Doesn't matter. I'm stuck. Stuck in jail. Waiting for investigation. To play out. Weeks drag by. They test drugs for fingerprints. Check for DNA. Look for anything. That could link them to me. Find nothing. My fingerprints not on bags. No evidence connecting me. Still doesn't help. House in my name. Drugs my responsibility. Unless can prove otherwise. My lawyer argues someone must have planted them. But without solid evidence. It's my word against theirs. No, it was Rachel. Don't know how she did it. Maybe storing drugs in my room. Without me noticing. Or planted them there. Way to get back at me. For kicking her out. Either way. She's only one. Who could have done it? Spend 5 agonizing months in jail. Not because case is complicated. Not because evidence isn't clear. Simply because court schedule backlogged. Justice has to wait its turn. Even when someone's life being torn apart. The delay feels eternal. Every day in cell is torture. Another day sitting with thoughts. Replaying everything over and over. The betrayal. The humiliation. The helplessness. All circles in head like broken record. Body locked up, but mind never stops pacing. Can't stop thinking about it. How my own daughter did this. Wonder if she's laughing about it. Going about her life. Like nothing happened. While I'm stuck here. Place I don't belong. Catherine visits few times during months. Her presence feels like weight on chest. Not there for support. Not there for reassurance. Not really. Every visit feels like interrogation. She's probing. Fishing for answers. Answers I can't give her. Need her to believe in me. To fight for me. Instead, she seems confused. Unsure if she can trust me. Man, she's been married to for 20 years. Why would Rachel do something like this? She asks during one visit. Voice hesitant. Can't even say words without doubting. Clench fists so tight. Knuckles turn white. You know why, I say? Try to keep voice calm, failing miserably. You've seen what she's like. You've seen her lie, manipulate, twist things to get what she wants. This isn't new. Catherine shakes head, face pale and drawn. But planting drugs, getting you arrested, that's not just lying, that's, I don't know. It's evil. Voice cracks, looks down at hands, wringing them like they hold answers. She's been on this path for years. Say it bitterly. You just didn't want to see it. You kept making excuses. She's been through a lot. Every time she crossed line, you let her get away with it. And now this is where we are. Words hit her like slap. Don't care anymore. Too angry, too tired, too broken to soften truth for her. If she had stood by me, believed in me from start, maybe could have handled this better. Instead, she kept second-guessing, making me feel like I'm on trial. Maybe you just didn't know, she says during another visit, voice trembling. Maybe there's more to this. Stare at her stunned. Can't believe what hearing. Do you even hear yourself? Snap at her. You're my wife. Known me for 2 decades. Do you really think I'd get involved in drugs? Risk everything? For what? Some heroin under bed? She doesn't answer. Just sits there, looking at floor. Like scolded child. Her silence speaks volumes. She doesn't believe me. Not completely. Might want to, but deep down has doubts. That doubt cuts deeper than anything. Worst part hits me like truck. Knowing Rachel planned this. More I think about it, clearer it becomes, this wasn't impulse decision. This was calculated. Took time to hide drugs in my room. Knew it would shift blame to me. Reported me anonymously. Made sure police had reason. To show up with warrant. Did everything possible to frame me perfectly. And it worked exactly as planned. Yet my own wife can't see it. My parents who visited once can't see it. Even some so-called friends start to distance themselves, whispering behind my back. Evidence might not point to me directly, but stigma of drug arrest makes people doubt, and doubt is a powerful thing. Sticks to you like stain, can't wash off no matter what. While court delays hearing, again and again. Nothing to do but sit in cell, stew in my anger, think about all times. Rachel lied to my face. All times I gave her chances. Chances she never deserved. Think about that smirk. When police took me away, like she knew exactly what she did. Think about Catherine's tears. Not because I'm in jail, but because she doesn't know if she can trust me anymore. After 20 years of marriage, by time I finally get day in court, I'm not same person who walked into jail 5 months ago. I'm harder now, angrier, less willing to forgive. System failed me. Family failed me. All because of selfish actions. Of one person, my own daughter. When evidence finally comes to light, Rachel's texts surface. Witnesses come forward, who saw her sneaking around. No fingerprints or DNA. Tying me to drugs, world suddenly remembers I exist. Charges against me dropped, but damage already done. 5 months of my life gone. 5 months treated like criminal, doubted by people who claimed to love me, left to rot in cell. While they questioned whether I was kinda man, who would hide heroin under bed. My name cleared legally, but socially, emotionally, no, I'll never be same. Not just angry at Rachel anymore. Angry at everyone who doubted, everyone who left me there, while they questioned my character. In that anger, seed of revenge starts growing. Don't just want Rachel to face consequences. Want her to know what it feels like. To lose everything. Have world look at her the way it looked at me. Want her to pour. Really pay for what she did. First thing after getting home. Sit in living room in silence. Catherine standing there, awkwardly by doorway. Like she doesn't know what to say. Maybe thinks I'll be thrilled to be back home. Or expects me to forgive everything and just move on. But can't even look at her. without feeling mix of betrayal and anger. Why didn't you believe me? Finally breaks silence. Voice cracks a little. Pisses me off even more. You want to sound strong, not broken. Catherine doesn't answer right away. Just stands there, wringing her hands. It was hard, okay? The drugs were found in your room. What was I supposed to think? You were supposed to know me. Snap at her. You've known me for 20 years. You've seen what Rachel's like. But second something bad happens, you turn on me, voice rising now. Don't even care. You know I didn't do it. Deep down you knew, but instead of standing by me, you let me rot in jail. While you played mom to person who actually did this. Tears well up in her eyes, not about to feel sorry for her. She wasn't one who spent months in cell. Treated like criminal. I'm sorry, she whispers. Doesn't mean anything to me. Sorry doesn't give back months. I lost. Sorry doesn't erase fact that she doubted me when I needed her most. Over next few days, try to piece life back together. Investigation finally turned up. Undeniable proof. Rachel behind everything. Text messages on her phone show she'd been dealing drugs for months, maybe longer. Been using our house as stash spot, hiding heroin under my bed. So if anything went wrong, I'd take the fall. The texts are damning. Show her coordinating with dealer, talking about moving product, even laughing about how Dad would never notice. Read every single message, hands shaking with rage. How could my own daughter do this to me? What kind of person sets up their own father to save themselves? Police also found witnesses. People finally came forward, seen Rachel sneaking around late night, meeting sketchy people, parking lots and alleyways. One of her so-called friends admitted, Rachel bragged about hiding drugs in my house, thought it was perfect cover. When police finally issue warrant for Rachel's arrest, feel mix of relief and bitterness. Relief they're finally going after real culprit. Bitterness that took so long that I had to pay price for her actions. They find Rachel few days after I got home, staying at rundown apartment with bunch of lowlifes. When police search place, find more drugs, along with scales, baggies, cash, clear as day. She wasn't just using, fully involved in drug trade. Thought seeing her arrested would bring some closure. It doesn't, makes me angrier. She doesn't look scared, doesn't look ashamed. When they take her away, just looks annoyed, like this is just inconvenience she has to deal with. Catherine devastated when hears about the arrest. She's still our daughter, keeps saying over and over, like broken record. She's made mistakes, but she's still our baby. Can't take it anymore. She's not my daughter. Snap at Catherine. Not anymore. My daughter wouldn't do this to me. My daughter wouldn't destroy her family. Just to save her own skin. Legal process that follows. Long, exhausting, messy. Like everything else, Rachel left in her wake. She's charged with possession, intent to distribute, and most painfully for me, false accusations against father. That charge hits like gut punch. Every time hear it in court, knowing she deliberately orchestrated my arrest, gone out of her way to frame me, watch me suffer, makes blood boil. Evidence against her overwhelming. Texts between her and dealer. Witness statements. Even her own carelessness. When stashing drugs in apartment, paint damning picture. But damning as it is, doesn't make things easier. Every court hearing, every delay, every smug look she gives, when brought in for questioning, chips away at whatever pieces of humanity still cling to. As part of investigation, Rachel required to take drug test. Unsurprisingly comes back positive. Not just for heroin, several other substances, including cocaine and amphetamines. Final nail in coffin. Daughter, I once rocked to sleep. Little girl I taught ride bike. Isn't just liar and manipulator. She's addict and criminal. Seeing results doesn't shock me, but it hurts. One thing to know in your gut, your child on destructive path. Another thing entirely, to see it spelled out. And in black and white, part of me wants to feel pity. Want to see her as victim of her own choices. But that part drowned out by overwhelming anger. Lawyer tells me, don't have to attend every hearing, but can't stay away. Need to see her face. I need her to know, not going to let her get away. Without seeing damage she caused. During trial, her lawyer argues, Rachel's actions result of addiction. Says she wasn't in right mind. When reported me to police, can't stay silent about this. As sit there. Know this wasn't desperate mistake. Driven by addiction. Wasn't about weakness or bad judgment. Was intentional. She never been family person, never cared about anyone but herself. This wasn't about drugs, was about revenge. Wanted to hurt me, put me in trouble. For kicking her out, that much clear. Keep thoughts to myself though. Truth already laid bare. For everyone to see, no need for me to speak. Her actions speak louder than anything I could say. Trial drags on for months, delayed repeatedly by procedural nonsense. Rachel's lawyer trying to reduce her charges. Meanwhile, I try rebuilding. Wreckage of my life. People in neighborhoods still whisper. When I walk by, some still unsure whether I truly innocent, despite all evidence. Catherine seems to exist in constant state of denial. She's sick, she keeps saying. Like it's mantra that would make this easier to swallow. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. This snap one night after dinner. She knew exactly what she was doing. She wasn't just using, she was dealing. She put my name on police report. How hell do you not mean that? We're her parents. Catherine's voice trembling. No matter what. Not anymore. Say it coldly. Push back chair. Leave table. When verdict finally comes, feels more like formality. Then victory. Rachel found guilty. On all charges. Possession of narcotics. Intent to distribute. Filing false accusations. Judge doesn't hold back. However, instead of prison, sentences her to serve 8 years in long-term. Drug Rehabilitation Center. Judge believes addressing addiction, critical to ensuring she doesn't repeat actions. She shows little emotion, as sentence read. Only gives slight shrug. Like to say it is what it is. Want to feel relief, but don't. Damage already done. 8 years won't erase. 5 months I spent in cell. Won't fix relationships shattered or undo stain on reputation. If anything, her conviction feels like closing chapter of book. I wish never started reading. After trial, get restraining order against Rachel. Make sure she can never come near me again. Even when eventually gets out, don't want her anywhere. Near my life, she made her choices. I made mine. For a while, can't sleep. Keep waking up, middle of night. Haunted by everything happened. Catherine, different story. Seems stuck in past. Starts writing Rachel letters. In rehabilitation center. Trying to keep some sort of relationship alive. At first don't say anything, but eventually becomes too much. What are you hoping to accomplish? Ask her one night. Catch her sealing another envelope. She's our daughter. She says again. That same broken mantra. Been driving me crazy for months. She stopped being our daughter. Day she put me in cuffs. Reply with voice cold and sharp. I don't care what she's going through. Don't care if she gets better. She's out of my life. That's not changing. That conversation becomes tipping point. We're no longer on same page. No longer even in same book. Catherine clings to idea of Rachel. As daughter we used to know. Little girl she'd raised. Baby she once held. But that version of Rachel doesn't exist anymore. Not to me. Maybe not to anyone. Becomes clear our marriage won't survive this. Trust between us gone. Eroded by months of doubt. Anger and pain. Catherine doubted me. When needed her most. Now trying to hold on to relationship. With person who destroyed everything. We'd built. How could we come back from that? Answer simple. We couldn't. One night after another. Tense argument about Rachel. Finally say it out loud. I don't think we can keep doing this. Catherine looks at me. Eyes filled with tears. You're saying you want to leave? I'm saying this isn't working. Voice steady but heavy. We're not same people anymore. I don't trust you. You don't understand me? And honestly, can't stay in this house. Surrounded by everything. That reminds me of her. She nods slowly, wiping tears. I don't want this. But I understand. Agree to separate few weeks later. She keeps house. One place I don't want anymore. Move into small apartment. Across town. Far enough to feel like fresh start. Close enough to handle. Practicalities of dividing lives. It isn't easy. But it's necessary. Worst part isn't physical separation. It's realization that life we'd built together had crumbled so completely. Spent 2 decades as partners. Raising family. Building home. Only for it to fall apart in wake of daughter's actions. Rachel's choices didn't just destroy my trust in her. They destroyed my marriage. Worst part of all this wasn't jail time or trial, was realization that life I thought I had never as strong as believed. Marriage had been hanging by thread. Hadn't even realized until it was too late. Maybe someday I'll find way to let go of all this anger, but not today. Today just focus on putting one foot in front of other, keeping Rachel as far away from me as possible. She made her choices. She'll live with consequences, but so will I.